Welcome back, everybody. Eric here with Iraq Veteran 8888. All right, now we're getting a little bit closer to some actual news. I apologize. A few of my previous videos, I've been covering some subjects that I haven't had a chance to make videos on yet. They're a little bit older subjects. However, some things that I really wanted to get some opinions in on, so make sure you check those out. But we're getting into some little bit more news-ish material here. And so guess what? We actually have a couple of new states that have signed constitutional carry into law. And we're going to just quickly go over that real quick and have a chat about it. Before we get started, I would like to thank our friends at CMMG for supporting our videos. If you're looking for anything in the AR category, they have some really awesome tech. One notable SKU that they have is their Descent line, which is absolutely awesome. It's their bufferless system. It's available in a bunch of different cool calibers, 9mm. They also have their Mark 47 in the Descent line. So now you have a bufferless folding stock 7.62 by 39 Mark 47 in their Descent line, which is awesome. They got some great 22 conversion kits. Make sure you check them out. If you do want to do business with CMMG, you can use the code IV8888 and save yourself a chunk of money, which is always awesome. So big thanks to CMMG for supporting our efforts here on the channel. I'll get into this. Hopefully this will be pretty quick. All right, out of GOA, our own GOA. All right, this is from the 6th of March, which is, just a few days ago, and there has been one more state added to this list, but we'll go ahead and just chat about this real quick. Louisiana becomes the 28th constitutional carry state. GOA-backed constitutional carry is signed into law by Governor Landry. Constitutional carry bill SB1 by Senator Blake Miguez, I probably butchered that last name, I apologize, has been signed into law by Governor Jeff Landry. The signing of SB1 into law strengthens the rights of individuals to keep and bear arms by restoring the ability of law-abiding gun owners 18 years and older to carry a concealed handgun in Louisiana without having to first ask the Louisiana government for permission. Although Governor Landry signed SB1 yesterday, March 5th, constitutional carry will not take effect until July 4th of this year. Well, that's pretty fitting, isn't it? I would like to thank Governor Landry for supporting our right to keep and bear arms and for keeping his promise to make constitutional carry the law in Louisiana. Additionally, I would like to give a big shout out to the senator for introducing and pushing SB1, and thanks for all the legislators who supported constitutional carry. The victory in passing constitutional carry is just the beginning. With the regular legislative session set to begin this Monday, March 11th, there have been several bills introduced by Senator Miguez. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name, sir. That will further restore and protect our God-given right to keep and bear arms. I'm confident that under the current administration, and with the support of you, our members and supporters, we will continue to secure victory after victory in support of our Second Amendment protected rights. And again, I apologize. I'm pretty sure I butchered your last name there. I am a redneck. I do get a pass there. You're from Louisiana. I'm sure you can understand. Now, that was the 28th state. South Carolina also just signed constitutional carry into law, making them the 29th state, as I understand it. So, look, lots of really good things moving and shaking on that. Look, there's been a lot of incrementalism, and I know I've tweeted this before. I've said that incrementalism will never restore what incrementalism took away. In this case, I might actually be wrong on that original tweet that, look, we are gaining some ground. I mean, when you look at the way things were 25 years ago, you couldn't carry a gun in the state of Texas. It was very difficult, right? There were many places where it was very difficult to get a carry permit. Where carrying a gun was looked at and frowned upon by many people, right? So now we're seeing that there's been a huge change and a resurgency in the idea of self-preservation and the idea of the common right to bear arms. And now we see that, now we're at nearly 30 states have constitutional carry where you don't have to have a permit. The Constitution is your carry permit. I know here in the state of Georgia, we passed constitutional carry last year. Governor Brian Kemp, signed that into law. And under the Georgia constitutional carry bill, essentially, if you are able to own a firearm, you're able to carry that firearm. So as long as you're not a prohibited person or otherwise prevented from buying a firearm or passing a background check, then you can carry a firearm. So I guess that's really the only basic requirement, is that you're legally allowed to own a firearm. Now, this is great news. We see that these states' battles, we are winning in a lot of cases. Okay, we got to get North Carolina on board. We got to try to get Virginia on board, which that might be tough. Now, D.C. proper, I doubt you're ever going to see constitutional carry in D.C. But look, who knows, right? I mean, almost pretty much the entire Southeast is constitutional carry, which is great. Now Georgia, I can't speak for other states like Louisiana and South Carolina, but I know Georgia still does issue a carry permit if you want to get the carry permit. Now, one nice thing about having the carry permit is a reciprocity with, let's just say, some states that aren't constitutional carry yet, as well as the ability to buy a firearm much easier. So with the carry permit, yes, you have to undergo the background check to get the carry permit and pay the fee, which kind of sucks. But the nice thing about having the carry permit is that you don't have to undergo any sort of a background check to buy a gun for a considerable period of time. I think the carry permits last 4 or 5 years or something like that. I don't remember. I'd have to check. In fact, I need to check mine to see. It might even be expired. I don't remember. But actually, no, I take that back. I got mine renewed not that long ago. But the nice thing about the carry permit is that you can just leave with the gun right then and there. So let's say you're at a gun show where, maybe you had to run a background check and the background check could potentially be delayed by some measure. It is nice to know that you can leave with that gun right then and there if you're buying a gun from a dealer at a gun show or something like that. Or if you're going to your favorite gun store, you picked out your favorite gun, it's a Sunday, right? Like Nick's might be down on Sunday. There might not be a lot of, reviewers on a Sunday working, right? So maybe, you get delayed or something. Having a carry permit is a great way to be able to forego that background check and leave with your gun. And if you buy a lot of firearms, it's probably handy to have a carry permit. If you do a lot of traveling, especially to states that don't have permitless carry, might be a good idea to have a carry permit. Even some states that do have permitless carry, they may not recognize other states' residents that are traveling through. It's all on a situational basis. It's all dependent on each state's individual laws. That's one reason why constitutional carry is so important. Because if we can get nationwide constitutional carry somehow passed, which would be very difficult, but let's just say in a perfect world, all 50 states had constitutional carry. Then in theory, the idea would be that if you are legally allowed to own a firearm, you can carry the dang firearm anywhere you want in the whole continental United States. That would make sense, right? I mean, that's logical. Do away with all this crazy rigmarole of, well, this state has this rule, and this state has that rule, and oh, this state says you have to take the gun out of the case and separate it from the ammo and lock it up with 3 locks. It's like everyone has their own weird rules. If you're traveling through and passing through the state, you can't stop for more than a certain amount of time. How would they ever prove that? But there's all these weird little rules that you have to know. Certain states don't like people carrying firearms through their states. They know that people are just passing through and they frown upon people carrying guns through their state for some reason, right? There's all these things. Some states require safety classes and training classes, and they don't want people from other states that don't require it carrying a gun in their state because they view their permit requirements to be less stringent than theirs. So there's all these weird little things like this that come into play with carry laws from state to state. That's why constitutional carry is so freaking important, that we try to get it passed as much as we can. If we can get 40 or more states on board, then the appetite for passing it at a national level may be a lot greater. We might be able to get something passed on a federal level that completely, finally codifies constitutional carry into the law of the land, into the federal laws. And so who knows? We could see that happen in the future, but this is great news. Congratulations to Louisiana, and congratulations to South Carolina for getting constitutional carry. That makes 29, I believe, states now. So really good stuff. Thank you all so much for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I've got many more on the way. I hope you all enjoyed this video. Again, I apologize for butchering that senator's name. I feel like a jerk, but hey, I get a little pass on that time to time. But look, lots of great content on the way. We've got more meltdowns, gunsmithing, reloading, top 5s, gun gripes, redneck science, you name it, we do it. Tons of stuff on the way. I appreciate your patience. I've mentioned this in a couple of the last videos I've made coming back from a bit of a break, but I want to reiterate it for some that may not have seen some of the previous videos. I took a little bit of a break, stepped away from the channel for a little while to get some things done on the house, some work, some cleaning, kind of mentally refresh and recharge a little bit. SHOT Show was kind of a bit of a grind, so I appreciate those of you that have stayed with me and continue to binge watch some of the older content. We've got a lot of great stuff on the way. 2024 is an awesome year for content. We've got a ton on the way. Thank you so much for watching. Many more videos on the way. We'll see you soon.